processed grain byproducts, forage products, roughage products, plant protein products, molasses products, and a bunch of minerals, vitamins, dyes, and things that I cannot even pronounce. That is the ingredients list of the pellets we used to buy for our meat rabbits. On our homestead, we raise rabbits for meat. We have a buck and many, many does in our colony, and they have babies, and when the babies get old enough to butcher, we kill them and eat them. We also raise many other types of animals on our homestead. The goal with all of these animals is to raise the healthiest, happiest, best quality food we possibly can. Our chickens get some whole, organic, non-GMO chicken scratch, as well as lots of food scraps, and they're free range so they can forage for bugs and eat worms. And our goats are fed on mostly forage and hay in the winter, with grain only given to those who are in milk. But for a long time, our rabbits were getting unhealthy, processed, nasty pellets. So I said to myself one day, we're raising healthy food, we're raising rabbits ourselves so that we can provide healthy food for our family, but if we're feeding our food bad food, then they're going to be bad and then we're going to be bad. So it's like us eating the stuff that's in the pellets. Our local farm store does not carry organic or non-GMO feed. This is the only brand of feed they carried. And we'd have to get organic feed that was twice as expensive as the feed we were currently buying. We'd have to get it shipped from very far away. Another thing we did not like about feeding pellets is that they have a very short shelf life, because pellets can only sit in your garage or barn for 3 months before they start losing all of their nutritional value, which if you buy pellets, you don't want them to go bad on you. And because sometimes we have large litters, lots of babies, we're feeding a lot of feed, and then sometimes we don't have very many babies. It's kind of random and sporadic, so we don't know exactly how many pellets we need to feed all the time. So I would end up buying a few bags of pellets very often, and sometimes we would run out of pellets and we'd panic, oh no, what do we do? So we'd have to buy a different brand from Walmart real quick, and it was very, very difficult and stressful for us feeding pellets. So then I started doing research about feeding only forage and only grass and stuff, but I figured out that mama rabbits need more nutrition than most forages can provide. In my research, I stumbled upon whole grain feed. Instead of feeding rabbits pellets, you feed them mostly hay and greens and forage, and you supplement them with some whole grains. Now, you can feed bucks and dry does who aren't pregnant or nursing, and you can also feed kits or grow-outs on only forage. They don't need any extra grain or anything. But pregnant does and nursing mamas do need extra protein and fat to produce milk and grow babies and stuff like that. Now, you can selectively breed does to do well on only forage. So you may eventually, through lots of hard selective breeding, be able to get does who can have litters on only forage, but you will probably have much smaller litters, and your litters will need to be much, much further apart. While that is our eventual goal, we wanted a short-term solution as well. So after much research, researching different recipes and all the things, different mixes, different amounts of everything, we decided on a recipe of a whole grain feed mix, and we went through the process of weaning our rabbits off the pellets and transitioning them over to whole grains. It has been quite some time since we've done this, and as you can see, our does have been producing kits just fine. They have large litters, they have enough milk. Our grow-outs are growing smaller than they would if they were eating just pellets. But as I mentioned before, we do feed mostly hay, and the grain is just a supplement. In spring, summer, and fall, when plants are growing and everything, we feed lots of forage, branches, leaves, grasses, weeds from the garden. But in the wintertime, none of that stuff is growing, so we do have to rely on hay in the winter. But our rabbits have been doing so amazing on this diet. Our bucks are breeding, our does are getting pregnant just fine, they're having good litters, they have enough milk to nurse their babies, the kits are growing, they're not sickly, they're nice and healthy. So far, this feeding no pellets and only grain and forage and hay has been quite successful. Our current food setup looks like this. We have 4 chicken feeders, each filled with a different type of grain. We have barley, black oil sunflower seeds, wheat, and oats. We give this free choice to all of our rabbits and have yet to notice any problems with rabbits overeating. In the future, we plan to add a chicken feeder of dried peas over here, but for now we have these 4 and it's been working out very well. We also have our water bowl over there, as well as our hay feeder. And in the corner here, you can notice our salt and mineral licks. When you feed pellets, all of the minerals and salt and vitamins they need are already in the pellets. They mix it all in. But with whole grains, the whole grains don't have it mixed in so unlike when you are feeding pellets, you do need to offer a salt and mineral lick for your rabbits. So in our colony, all of the mama rabbits stay in here all the time, getting access to free choice grain and hay and forage and all that good stuff. The buck that we currently have in the colony gets access to all the same things, as well as the little kits. As soon as they come out of the nest box, they start nibbling on things. Then when we wean the kits out of the colony, we put them in a temporary weaning pen. We give them constant access to lots and lots of hay, and we feed them some grain, but we don't give it to them free choice as they had in the big colony. And then we put our big grow-outs out on tractors with the bucks that are currently not in the colony. The tractor rabbits get mostly grass when the grass is growing. In the wintertime, they get mostly hay. They do still get some grain, especially in the wintertime, but not very much and not very often. While the rabbits in the big colony have their grains separated in different chicken feeders, the rabbits in the grow-out pen that we have, as well as in the tractors, still get mixed feed all in one feeder. The recipe we use is 1 part sunflower seeds, 1 part wheat, 1 part barley, and 6 part oats. All of these are organic, whole grains. They look like this. So if you, like us, don't like feeding pellets for whatever reason, do know that there are other options out there and that these options work very well. I hope you found this video educational and that maybe you learned a little something. At the very least, I hope you enjoyed seeing the cute bunnies. Thank you for watching.